when I was 27, and Ralph had been home from his mission 2 weeks, there was a couple in my ward that kept wanting to get me a blind date with a returned missionary. And I kept saying, no, no. But the fellow, it was Ed and Janine Barham, and Ed and Ralph had been really good friends for years. And so anyway, because I was the Gleaner leader, I had to decorate for a Halloween dance that we had. And he'd come home on the 5th or 6th of October, and this was the last of November. But anyway, they said, oh, you've got to go to that dance, you decorated for it, so come on, you've got to go on a blind date, you don't want to just go to the dance instead. And I said, okay, finally. And so the night of the dance, on Halloween, we were each other's trick and treat. And the doorbell, I was living in an apartment with my girlfriend. But anyway, they came to pick me up, and Ed and Ralph came in the house. And oh, I thought he was so good looking, in which he really was. But he shook my hand hard, like a missionary would, you know. And I said, okay, sit down a minute, and I gotta take one last look, make sure my eyes were on straight. And I went in where my roommate was getting ready to go on her date, and she said, well, how is he? What does he look like? Are you gonna like this one? And I said, I think so. But anyway, we went to the dance, and he was the most fantastic dancer I have ever danced with. And he was tall and really slender, and had all this coal black hair. And we just danced the whole night. One dance we traded with Ed and Janine, but that was all. And then we had to take down all the decorations after the dance was over. And so Ed and Janine took them down, and Ralph and I kept dancing all by ourselves. We danced records. But it was good, and then afterward we went to Cummings to have a milkshake. And we talked. And then, and I quite liked him, and when we got home, I had a date with another boy for the following Friday. And, but Ralph asked me for a date for Friday, and so I said yes, and then we started going together. The next Saturday night, we went to a movie, and then on Sunday, he came with me to church. And we just really hit it off well. And
then I had you up for dinner to my family.
Yes. Well, first I want to tell him about meeting your mom and dad. One Saturday afternoon, he said, oh, come on, I want you to take you up to meet my mom and dad. And I was just petrified. I said, oh, I don't want to meet him yet. I said, later. He said, no, now. And on the way, he told me how he had taken another girl once up to meet his mom and dad, and his dad had said, ew, don't marry her. And so I was really shaky. But we got up to his mom and dad's, and we just talked. When I met them, we just talked so freely, and they were so easy to talk to, and they were really nice people, and they treated me really royally. And when we got ready to leave that visit, Ralph's dad came up and put his arm around Ralph and said, "You know, son, I wouldn't mind a bit if you married this girl." And so I really liked them. His mom and dad were really special. And anyway, we, like you said, for Christmas, he didn't buy me a present. He didn't have any money, so 2 weeks before Christmas, he quit coming to see me. I wondered why. Why did he quit coming? And I was working at Heber J, and he was at ZCMI across the street, and I'd see him go to work every morning. But anyway, he didn't come for 2 weeks. And then, so I went to Gunnison and had Christmas down there. And then I came back, and I'd only been home about 5 minutes, and the doorbell rang, and there was Ralph. And I had bought him a sweater, but I didn't want him to think that I'd bought it for him. So I told him I'd bought, it was a Jansen sweater. It was really a beautiful blue and that matched his eyes. And so I told him this was Jack's Christmas present, but it was the wrong size. So, and I gave him that. And then we started. I had taken him to Lily's to Thanksgiving, and then on the 12th of January, I bought my wedding dress. I didn't tell him that, but I bought it, and it was, in those days, the popular thing was a waltz length dress, you know, which is about so far off the ground. And okay, I'll hurry fast. So anyway, we decided to get married, and on what? The 12th of April, he gave me a ring, and we went to a drive-in movie to celebrate. And then on the 16th of May, I went to the Salt Lake Temple and had my endowments. And then the morning of the 17th, El Rey L. Christiansen performed the ceremony, and he married us. And the first, it was really a beautiful wedding, but the week before, on Monday, I had stumbled and fell on the sidewalk, and so I broke my leg. So I had a cast hanging below my wedding dress, and I was on crutches.